Now, England take on Bosnia later on tonight at St James's Park, and Gareth Southgate begins to whittle down his 33-man training squad and work out the best 11. Kieran Trippier will skipper the side tonight at his club ground. Jude Bellingham will not be involved due to still been celebrating with his Champions League win. But boss Gareth Southgate told talkSPORT the Jude's European success will only help the team.
Yeah, well, firstly, absolutely delighted for him. I mean, he's had an incredible season at a huge football club, biggest in the world, and he's taken that remarkably in his stride. So, yeah, another memorable night. He's had plenty already at such a young age, so that's brilliant for him. Those experiences that he's had, playing with big players who know how to win, a club that knows how to win, of course, that helps us. We're always looking at the players to share those experiences and share those insights, and it helps us to improve as a team.
England manager Gareth Southgate, they're reflecting on Jude Bellingham's victory, not just picking up La Liga player of the season, also as well at the weekend, beating Borussia Dortmund 2-0 to lift the Champions League. One man that was there for talkSPORT. talkSPORT's voice of football joins us now, Adrian Durham. Good morning, Ada.
Morning, Aid.
Jason, Andy, good morning to you.
Morning, matey. You just want to reflect on those comments that Gareth Southgate has made there. It can only be a plus that we've got someone like Jude Bellingham on the back of what has been an unbelievable season, not just for Real Madrid, but for him personally.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Foden with a treble last season, Jude Bellingham with a double this season, and lots of individual honours you're talking about as well. Their winning mentality, and there's quite a bit of that through the squad now. That has to count for something, but it has to be channeled by the manager as well. Mm-hmm. And he's got to pick the right team. He's got to have the right players for the right team. If we could just put out 11 Jude Bellinghams, we might win the Euros, but unfortunately we can't do that. So there's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of high hopes, but I wonder if we've got 11 players all in the right position who can go all the way at the Euros. Jude Bellingham will be key, absolutely no doubt about it. He could absolutely be the man that brings the Euros to England, but he's got to have the right players playing with him.
Do you think, Aid, again, you mentioned obviously about Phil Foden there, who's also been absolutely outstanding this season. Which one out of the two for you would be the one that you would play behind Harry Kane, that you would sort of designate there? Would you say that's Jude Bellingham? Would you want to let him do that, or do you think you ask the pair of them to play and just try and sort it out between them a little bit, a bit of give and take? One can drop off a little bit, one can then play that bit further up. Do you see it like that, or do you have one that you want to play there in particular?
I'd have both. I'd play two number 10s. I'd have practiced that system a lot by now and be confident going into the Euros with it. I think the only way we're going to win the Euros is by scoring more than the opposition. I know that sounds very bland and basic, but what I'm saying is that I don't think we can rely on our defence to keep clean sheets. It hasn't happened in the past. I don't see it happening now because I think we're weaker defensively than we were. And so, therefore, we have to go forward with purpose. So I think the two of them playing behind Harry Kane could be brilliant. And listen, they're both intelligent players. Phil Foden said this weekend, he's come out with a quote saying, I know I can play better for England. We'll play better for England then. Jude Bellingham, we know what he can do. Let's have you at your very best at the peak for England at the Euros. But they're smart players, intelligent players. They should know, without really being coached, to be honest, at this level, when to defend, where to be when they haven't got the ball, and definitely what to do with it when they have got the ball.
Yeah. Chance tonight for Cole Palmer?
I'd like to think so. Can you get 3 number 10s in the English team? I mean, this is our strength. We've got 3 number 10s and no left backs. Do you know what I mean? It's an unbalanced squad. But I was with Alan Pardew last night. You played a bit earlier talking about Kieran McKenna, but Alan Pardew was saying sometimes it's not actually that unhealthy to have an unbalanced side because that upsets the opponents. They don't really know how to deal with that. So there are issues definitely defensively with England. But Cole Palmer, I think, is an absolute star. If it is him coming off the bench to make an impact, I would trust him to make that impact. So it's a healthy position to be in going forward.
Yeah, look, he might have to compromise. I don't see Southgate playing 2 number 10s, but I hear the argument, definitely. If then you would probably want your fullbacks to be a little bit more disciplined. But he's got a massive problem on that left-hand side. It looks almost certain that we're going to have a right footer playing on the left. Trippier looks like he's going to start there tonight, Ada. But whoever plays out on that left, that is key. He's got to get that part right because defensively they might have to do some tracking back and you've got to get the right man to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. And that discipline will be key. I do worry defensively because the first game again at the Euros is against Serbia. The back four is likely to be Walker, Stones, Maguire, and Trippier. They all played in the first game of the 2018 World Cup against Tunisia. And here we are 6 years on, and they're playing together again. Now, I'm looking at the centre-backs who have shone in the Premier League this season. I'm looking at Branthwaite, Mark Gahey, Lewis Dunk's in the England squad. And I'm thinking to myself, by now, we should be having a debate as to which of those are going to be starting for England. We knew Harry Maguire wasn't going to get much game time last summer. He nearly moved to West Ham, decided to stay. Ten Hag doesn't fancy him clearly, and he's got injured as well. But we haven't got a debate at this moment in time. We should have a healthy debate about our two best centre-backs, but it looks like it's going to be Stones, who's barely played as well, and Maguire. And that's the situation Gareth's got us into. I love Gareth, but there are flaws to his management, and I think that's one of them. He's stuck with those players too long and not giving enough game time to others.
Yeah, well, look, we'll see exactly what happens tonight. I look forward to watching that. Hey, just before you go, obviously, I know you're a huge rugby league fan and you'd like to pay your personal tribute to Rob Burrow. You met him on a number of occasions?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I mean, I was, in my younger days, I was a rugby league fan that used to go up every Sunday to watch a game, and invariably, that was Rob Burrow running rings around my team, Hull FC. When Rob Burrow was at his peak for Leeds, he was unstoppable. Make no mistake about this. People aren't just talking up his career. He was sensational. And that was over a number of seasons. At the very top of the game, he shone. I would go to games, watching him face my team, and I'd feel like our big, hairy forwards should be able to stop this 5'6" dynamo. But no, he had speed of feet, he had speed of hands, speed of thought. You couldn't help but admire his talent. I can remember smiling at some of the tries he scored against my team, which is weird, but he was that good. He was a joy to watch. He defied doubters week after week after week. He won everything, 8 Super Leagues, 2 Challenge Cups, 3 World Cups. He took the individual honours in these big moments, in these big games as well. A true great of the game, Rob Burrow. Don't be in any doubt about that. Now, when MND struck, it was devastating news, but Rob Burrow and his family, his incredible wife, Lindsay, they didn't hide away. They brought the illness to the public arena in a big way. He won awards for books and podcasts highlighting the illness. I was with Rob a few weeks ago at the Radio Academy Awards. He took another gold award there, and deservedly so as well. On stage, he brought the house down, making jokes as he accepted the award. It was lovely to see. And then a few weeks later, you get this incredibly painful and sad news. But what I will say is this. For small kids who want to play rugby, Rob Burrow will always be the inspiration because he made it to the very top and stayed there. And for anyone who suffers the pain of MND, motor neurone disease, in their life, Rob Burrow was a lesson to us all. He may have left us, but Rob Burrow will never leave us.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.